From producer Tim Burton and replacement director Joel Schumacher comes a Batman movie that replaces the 80s gothic look of the first two with the ecstasy-soaked fever dream of the mid-90s. Yep, this is definitely the worst movie I've seen 30 times. Batman Forever. Actor Human Cure Song Tim Burton made Batman cool for the mainstream, then put too much kinky stuff in the sequel to sell kids' toys. Warner Brothers picked Joel Schumacher as the director to push the franchise in a more family-friendly direction.
Holy rusted metal, Batman! Huh?
But hey, if this is what we had to go through to get Nolan, take it away, Joel.
Can I persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get drive-through.
Meet Val Kilmer's unique take on Batman. He's not weird like Keaton, charming like Clooney, intimidating like Bale, swole like Affleck, or emotional like a human. But he does contribute one major unique trait to the Batman legacy. His mouth is always open. I mean, bats do eat bugs. I guess that's one way to catch them. Watch Batman face Two-Face, a man with the power of not being a threat half the time. But there's also the onesie-wearing Riddler. Jim Carrey, at the height of his powers, brings the same manic energy he brings to his other roles.
Joygasm! Spoken!
While Tommy Lee Jones makes the horrible choice to bring the same manic energy as Jim Carrey.
And me!
Watch these two actors try to one-up each other on camera, while the real drama was apparently going down off-screen.
He got up and hugged me and said, "I hate you. I really don't like you."
Oh my.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thrill as Batman faces his greatest danger yet. The only thing that could actually stop him for good. A therapist. Dr. Chase Meridian takes her place alongside Vicky Vale as the latest Batgirlfriend you'll never hear from again. She's got brains, brawn, and she's not using either of them because all she does is perv out on a stranger in a rubber suit.
You are interesting. Well, I wish I could say that my interest in you was purely professional. Oh. My place. Midnight. I've imagined this moment since I first saw you. Your eyes, your lips, your body.
Experience the Bat family grow bigger with Chris O'Donnell's Robin, whose lame origin story of the Robin name
I flew in like a robin.
is still better than The Dark Knight Rises.
You should use your full name. Robin. Thanks.
Witness a mid-20s actor do his best to play a cool teen, complete with cool motorcycle and leather jacket, giant 90s cool guy earring, and something no one will ever make cool: laundry karate. Holy dry clean only, Batman! This makes me want to drink some bleach. So witness the beginning of the end of the original Bat quadrilogy that put nipples on the Batsuit, launched Akiva Goldsman's career, and cut out the insane subplot with a giant bat, but survives today by hanging on to its three redeeming qualities: the thumbs-up gif, the epic seal song, and the fact that no matter what you have to say, it's not as shitty as Batman and Robin.
Never leave the cave without him.
Starring, hello Reddit, I am actor and artist Val Kilmer, AMA, a chewed-up starburst, Jim Carrey's The Movie, Dr. Girlfriend, The Adult Wonder, didn't sign up for this, the world's craziest laser tag arena, the Batman Yeah guy, Batman! The boiling acid guy.
Oh no! It's boiling acid!
And what's that girl? Batman fell down a well? Batman Begins to suck.
Welcome to Flyby Films. Once or twice a month, we get the gang together with some chalk on our hands, our limbs fully stretched, and the trapeze bar secured in order to discuss films that either have been or will be forgotten. I'm Blake Collier, and with me on this fine evening is my power, my pleasure, my pain, a growing addiction I can't deny. Jamison Barsotti, tell me, is that healthy, baby? On this episode, we are going to be talking about 1995's Joel Schumacher helmed superhero film, Batman Forever. Now, what is so unique about this episode is that Jameson intentionally destroyed a 5-year hiatus I had on watching superhero films. That's right. I had the last superhero film I watched was Avengers Endgame, and at that point I had decided I don't need to watch anymore. And then Jameson was like, "You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna watch Batman Forever."
I feel like it was.
What? Say something.
I'm gonna say something. I'm trying to say something. I feel like it was a good choice to break your streak, because it's not like you were bending to the will of some bandwagon. You were kind of doing the opposite. You were watching a movie that no one really cares about anymore. It's not an unpopular film. It was actually, a big thing.
It was actually quite popular.
Quite popular. But
as opposed to one that came after it.
Yeah. Which I think lives more in the meme verse than
yes. Mainly because of the nipples.
The nipples and Mr. Freeze.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. So, Jameson, you, my friend, are like a kiss from a rose on the gray. How does that make you feel, my friend?
How does that make me feel? I don't think I have ever understood that song or those lyrics.
Well, I vaguely get what he's going for, because he's built up this idea that he's a lighthouse on an island, and the light that his love shines is always on the dark side of him. And so he finally sees the light, and it makes the black gray.
I think it's hard for me to listen to Seal talk about like ocean related things without thinking of real seals. And
that's fair.
I think I just get distracted when this song. So I imagine, a seal kissing a rose, which isn't at all what the story of the song is about, right? But
no, not at all.
It's distracting. Yeah. So for those who are not following the theme on this, Joel Schumacher's 1995 Batman Forever is famous for a lot of things, and we will get into all of those things in a bit. But it is also very famous for its second associated single, which is the Seal song. And if you don't remember, Seal is the guy who is married to one of the Spice Girls.
Oh, I have no idea.
Now that I say that, I'm actually not sure, because I don't know. So, I think I lost Blake. I think I have low connectivity, and he's going to scold me for this. I see Blake, but he looks frozen to another screen. Oh, yeah, there he is.
I'm right here. I'm looking up who is his wife.
Oh, it's Heidi Klum. It wasn't a Spice Girl. Yeah.
I mean, she might as well be. I mean, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who really knows? He is a distinguished looking fellow.
Seal? Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about it, because otherwise I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Yeah, I think we need to hold off on talking too much more about this, other than the fact that like this song is arguably more popular than the movie itself.
Arguably.
Like there's
Yeah.
an argument to be had, but we're gonna go into every song on the soundtrack. This weird ass soundtrack.
Weird ass soundtrack. So, Jameson, we have both suffered greatly the last few weeks with various types of, I don't know, parasitic relationships. You, sir, think you have had Giardia? I do believe I have pinworms. Would you like to explain your parasite first?
Yeah.
For those who don't know what Giardia is, because I didn't know what Giardia was. It sounded a little more Italian than what it actually ends up being.
That's pretty funny to think of, a parasite in my stomach trying to like make pizza or trying to get me to eat pizza. Maybe that's its goal, is it wants me to eat pizza so it can have it.
It's like, Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
Yeah. Giardia. No, so Giardia is a parasite that you famously get from drinking water out of streams when you don't cure it, or you don't try to kill the bacterias. So this is why you don't just, drink whatever. And it's generally passed through fecal matter. So,
were you about to say fecal matter?
Fecal matter.
I think that's what we should go with. Fecal matter.
Fecal matter. Yeah, I was gonna say feces, and then I stopped and changed to fecal matter midway through, and it came out as fecal matter. So
I like it.
Let's just go with it. So, so that's how it travels a lot, because it'll contaminate your guts and it'll make dirty poop, and then it'll ride that out. And that's usually how you get rid of it too, out of your body, is it'll ride your poop out. But it's also how you get it into your system too. So that's really gross. I wasn't drinking streams, uncleaned stream water. Instead,
and you didn't eat shit?
So likely I did, which is the disgusting part, right? I did eat shit somehow. I don't know how. I didn't knowingly eat shit, if that's what you're asking. So,
well, I think everyone at some point in their life knowingly eats shit, even if it's figuratively.
Well, this wasn't figuratively. This was quite literally. I've had Giardia before, and it's not fun. And so that's why I think it was Giardia. I'm not sure. I had Giardia-like symptoms from some sort of parasite that was attacking my body. I got sick on a Monday, had a fever, which actually isn't usually a sign of Giardia, but the fever went away the next day, and then I was just shitting my brains out, the rest of the week, and crampy, everything, and that was wonderful. And the best part is that when you work from home, like me, it's normally wonderful, but a lot of times, even when you're sick, you're kind of expected to, show up and do things. If you could sit at a computer, why not? So
that's right. I mean, that's what they say anyways. But yeah, I however got pinworms, which also ends up being a anus related item. Because they're little tiny, almost invisible worms that crawl around on your butthole.
Nice.
And make your butt itch.
Are these the ones that you get from biting your fingernails?
No. Well, maybe I don't know. I don't bite my fingernails. But I went to my doctor because I thought at first it was hemorrhoids. Because while hemorrhoids are kind of typically known for pain, often they can end up being itchy as well. So I thought, okay, well, so I've had this for about 2 months on and off. Like it would come and go like in spurts of like really harshness levels. And finally went to the doctor, and because I had my normal checkup anyways, and I told him that my butthole hurt. It itched. And he was like, "What times a day does it itch most?" And I was like, "Probably morning and evening." He's like, "Pinworms." And he was like, "How old is your oldest son?" I was like 3.5. He was like, "Yeah, it's probably pinworms. You probably got it from your son."
Dude, that's where I think I got my Giardia. Was I was reading on the internet, and it was like, you can get it from daycares, and I'm like,
Yeah, so my doctor told me that I needed to check my sons too. And do you know how you check if they have pinworms or not? This is really fun, actually.
You have to wait till they're asleep.
You have to lay them down. You have to spread their butt cheeks. Take a piece of tape, smack it on their anus, pull it off, and then look and see if there are any worms.
Dude, that is. Whoa.
So he checked. He was like, "Yeah, that's really the easiest way to do it. So check both your boys, see if they've got it. If they do, then call it in to your pediatrician, and they'll order out stuff to basically the liquid form of the pills he gave me." He didn't say that was for sure it, but he said that it was likely pinworms.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So I got little worms crawling on my anus currently.
Yeah. So I have heard that you do get these from biting your fingernails.
Oh, really? Because you got shit on your fingernails?
Yeah, you get like gross things on your fingernails, and it gets passed through that. I've always been worried about getting pinworms because of that, because I do bite my fingernails. So
gotcha.
Yeah. I remember
if your butthole starts itching.
Yeah, I remember feeling a lot of shame about it, because I was like, oh, if I get pinworms, it'll be my fault because I'm a dirty human being, you know.
Dirty boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know what's worse, shitting yourself to death or itching your ass till it's raw.
And dude, that doesn't sound good.
It's...
Now that we've lost all of the listeners, we can talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, exactly. Because it doesn't matter anymore. No one is listening past this point. They were like, I came here for a seal, but I'm not going to listen to these guys talk about their asses.
Yeah, we really took a dive. We were, I think Seal, isn't he like a knight at this point? We were talking about nobility, and
and then we just went down the drain, the literal drain.
Went down the shitter. I think this is also like, weren't we talking about shitting a couple weeks ago too? I feel like this is
we were calculating the amount of shit.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I just finished tonight putting together one piece of a bunk bed. So that's what I've been doing.
Nice.
What did you do
boys? Well, so 2.0 is a bit away from, having a bed, right? Okay. Yeah. But this is for the future when, when you have two little boys and not just, a half bean, half boy guy and then a boy.
It's mainly to save my my wife and I some backache because we, for the last few months, have been sleeping. One of us has been sleeping with Seamus on a mattress on the floor in his room. And so we built the bottom bunk tonight so we could put the mattress on it. And Seamus isn't here tonight. He's with his grandparents. But after I get done recording, for those of you who don't know, Jameson and I are 2 hours apart. So it is always later for me when we record. Usually what happens after we get done recording is I go straight to bed. But tonight, dear listener, I get to go straight into my bedroom, steal my youngest, and sleep on this new bed so that my wife can get a good night's rest. Because I got a good night's rest last night.
Oh, well, look at you. It's very thoughtful of you, Blake.
I mean, it's the good side of patriarchy.
I did not get a good night's rest last night. I am actually very excited to also go to bed immediately after this.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. But, no, I was up until like midnight because we had a presentation tomorrow. Or, I mean, not tomorrow, but this morning. And the presentation was also early, so it was just lots of late night working. Not fun. So I'm looking forward to bed.
It's sweet.
It is. Blake, have you been watching anything, listening to anything new, reading anything new lately that we haven't talked about?
So I've still been... Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. I turned down the gain on my mic, and because I was getting a lot of weird artifacts.
You were gaining
ears, and it was
things.
Annoying. I was gaining. Yeah, so outside of the underworld that we're reading in the book club that you and I are both in, I started my second time through in my other book club, The Night Ocean by Paul Lafarge. It is a book about a man who tries to uncover a potential homosexual love interest between Lovecraft and one of his fans. And it's semi-historical, but it fudges with some of the facts and whatnot. But basically, the guy who tries to break the story ends up going crazy by the end of it. And that's not a spoiler. It's basically what you find out at the beginning of the book is that the woman who is the narrator of the book is trying to find her boyfriend / husband. And she talks and she goes through all of the details of how it led to that ultimately. Anyways, really, I listened to it on audiobook the first time and I really loved it. And so I chose it again because it kind of fit within the thematic track we were on. Because we had read Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Luis Zarfon, something like that. And then
if you got that wrong, I'm gonna get angry at you later. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's not going to be any consequences, I promise.
Beautiful. And then we read House of Leaves by some guy, Mark Danielewski, I think. And then we read this one. So they're all kind of like talking about books within books within books kind of idea. Anyways, so yeah, been reading that. Have I been watching anything? Not really. I've been trying to keep up with the book reading, so I haven't had a whole lot of time. I went to Corpus Christi to the beach. That is
You told me
not
that was
my...
hot.
It was hot as fuck. And humid. And your boy does not do any of that well. But I go because my wife has good friends there, and it's nice to let the kids play on the beach, and even I enjoy the beach for a short period of time, and then I have to go to where there's actual AC. Because good lord. My body type was not built for it.
I'm surprised you live in the Midwest. Because I feel that way whenever I go to the Midwest. It's too humid. I don't know.
Yeah, but Gulf Coast, like Corpus and Galveston,
yeah.
it's way worse. Like, yes, it's thick here. It's kind of thick in Tulsa because we're next to a river, like a major river. But it's nothing compared to being next to a
yeah,
sea.
it was pretty bad in Virginia too. I don't know. I tend to think like anything that's not, the dry heat that we have in California is bad. But that's just because I'm spoiled. So
yeah.
But it has been really hot here. So the being spoiled with the dry heat does come with just god awful 100-degree weather that goes higher than that a lot of times too. So
thankfully we haven't hit 100-degree weather yet. We've been lazily hanging on around the upper 80s, lower 90s.
Oh, that's nice.
So, but
yeah,
that
we
will
had
change soon.
We had what's called a heat dome come through California. Nice. Do you feel like meteorology has been getting fancier? Which I guess makes sense.
I think it has proportionately gotten fancier and fancier, or it's been what do you call it whenever it's the opposite? Like with one thing grows and the other thing depletes.
I don't know.
Reverse proportionality. I don't know.
Sure.
Anyways, whatever it is. I would say that the fancier it gets, the more wrong it gets.
Well, maybe that's the truth, but I think it obscures the wrongness, right? Like they tell you these strange words. They're like, "Oh, it's a bomb cyclone. Oh, it's a heat dome." And you're like, "Wow, what does that mean?" And then you don't know. So you're like, "It's hot outside. I guess that was the heat dome." But you don't know if it was like a heat cylinder. You don't know if it was a heat
hexagon.
Yeah. Fuck if you know. You're not a specialist.
And what about the other half of the dome?
Yeah, so you can't come and tell them that they're wrong because there's no way for you to measure if it was a dome. And yeah, maybe it wasn't like a bomb that went off, but the cyclone was, maybe it was, a couple fireworks or, a sparkler. So,
do you think that the concept of a heat dome proves that the Earth is flat?
I mean, have you ever seen a dome on a flat surface?
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think you proved anything.
Okay. Have you ever seen a dome on a circular surface?
Yeah, I have. Then
I guess it doesn't prove anything either.
No, it doesn't. It's think of nesting dolls. You put a dome on top of a dome.
That doesn't make any sense.
What are you talking about? Nesting dolls.
No. No, I'm trying to avoid any kind of Ruski bullcrap. Okay? We don't like the
Oh,
Ruskies on this podcast.
no, these are Ukrainian nesting dolls. That's what I was talking about.
Okay, then we're okay.
So you're all right.
You can only take one side of this situation.
Yeah, that's what we want to talk about. Absolutely.
Just like we can only be pro-Israel and not pro-Palestine.
Oh man, you know what? I don't know how you can't just be like, I am pro not killing, indiscriminately.
Especially children.
Especially children or, anyone. It's wild to me that if you're like, oh wow, it seems like a lot of Palestinian children are dead. That seems bad. And then you're like, oh, so you support Hamas? No. What? I literally don't understand that. And that's, to me, if you engage in that sort of thinking, you're just, you're accepting whatever jingoistic rhetoric is being thrown at you.
Pushed.
So
yeah. You know what my favorite thing to balk at whenever it comes to the issue of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict going on is when people say that if you're pro-Palestinian that you're anti-Semitic. And I'm like, do you know what Semitic means? Because Palestinians are Semites too. Not just Jews.
Yeah, I mean, it's become, a lazy shorthand for,
you mean anti-Jewish.
You're anti-Jewish. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then why don't you just fucking say it?
Yeah. No. But you're right. It's
that's my favorite thing to like call BS on.
You're like, no, not at all.
You gotta be smarter than this, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't let Twitter win.
Don't let Twitter win. You know how to not let Twitter win? I've figured it out.
Don't use it.
Don't use it. You figured it out. Yeah.
How long has it been since we've been off?
I think
2 years?
Is our podcast still on there?
Oh, no, I took it off a while back.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's been like around 2 years since I was on there. So
I think within the first season of this podcast, I took it off.
Oh, I think I officially left. Like, I quit I wasn't really using it, but I quit my my profile, which I had only been on for about 2 years. I quit it when Musk took over. It was more because I think at that time I was like, everybody is just talking about this one dude constantly. I don't care. So
that I was giving you shit about still being on there too.
Yeah. So I think that was only like a year and a half ago, actually. So,
what? I mean,
yeah.
It's every day I get away from it, I miss it less and less. So.
Yeah.
Well, what have you been doing lately besides shitting yourself to death and working yourself to death?
Well, been spending a lot of time with my son, who's great. He's a lot of fun. He's an amazing sleeper, and he does this really funny thing lately where, like, today he had this really big poop that was very funny. Again, the point of this story is not to talk more about poop, so I'll quickly move from the poop aspect. But it was very loud, very funny. We needed to change his diaper. He doesn't like his diaper getting changed, but sometimes he realizes, he knows it, that it needs to be changed. So we said, okay, you want to change your diaper? And he's at this stage where he is very obedient, even in things he doesn't want to do. And so he will walk to the changing table and cry the entire way there. And it's very, very cute. It's a little annoying, tiny bit annoying, but mostly cute. But it's just so funny to me because it's like he can't compute that he could just not do it or try not to do it. Like, obviously, I'm bigger than him. I can pick him up and then we can force our way to the changing table. That's fine. But he doesn't even think that, like, I can postpone this process by just not going towards the room where I need to get changed. And it's very it's just hilarious. So that's been a highlight, is laughing at that. And then he's great.
And he found his penis, right?
Yes. I don't want to talk about this story because I don't. I don't want. That's
a teaser.
That's a teaser. Yeah. No, there are some stories. Yeah. We've been definitely exploring, anatomy,
No,
and I think
say
that's
no
great.
more. Say no more.
Yeah.
He found his penis. That's all you need to say.
It's been a lot of fun, and full of funny aspects. And then
it's really fun whenever you teach your son like true anatomical language, and he says it in places that are not the best. So like he'll run around his daycare and say that his scrotum hurts.
Oh.
So that's a thing you can look forward to.
Yeah. Well,
just a note from the experts, the quote-unquote experts, and mainly my wife, who tells me how the best way to do some of these things is if you teach kids anatomical language, they're less likely to get, molested.
Well, that's actually interesting. I didn't know that.
Because if predators, apparently, if the kids are aware of that type of language, then they feel like they can tell on them a lot easier and more specifically and explicitly.
That makes so much sense because, I mean, if a kid like doesn't feel like they can talk about it or doesn't have the knowledge to talk about it, they're not gonna say these things. But yeah.
And there is no good touch or bad touch. There is appropriate touch and inappropriate touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are all things I've had to learn, being the husband of a social worker. So
yeah. Speaking of your wife, she recently got a new job.
Yeah, she was like, "Outie, bitches."
Nice. And is she enjoying it?
This is her first week. This is her first week at her new job, and she's a little concerned that she may not be challenged in the same ways she was, but she is pretty excited because this is a 8 to 5 job, and she does not have to take her job home.
That is amazing.
She turns it off once 5 o'clock hits.
She
is forced to take an hour lunch every day.
Beautiful.
And she's got a bunch of other things that are just going to be nice, and she gets paid slightly less than what she got paid. So it's going to be a good fit. Will she do it forever? Probably not. But for several years, probably. So, plus there's a chance of paying off her school debt after a certain number of years. So
that's good.
Yeah, that'll be nice. So yeah, she's enjoying it. Yeah. If that's all there is to say about that.
That's good.
How about you?
Well, with work?
How's it feel being a boss now?
Oh, I don't know if we've talked about this. I don't think I had my promotion when, So,
no, because my wife was supposed to start the same day as you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But she ended up getting 2 extra weeks.
So. Yes. So I'm closing in on the end of my 3rd week as manager. So I am now the data science manager at Trupanion. So yeah,
look at you.
I know. So I'm the boss of my team.
So does that mean that if someone on your team has to get fired, you're the one who has to do it?
Yeah. No, that is exactly what it means.
Shit.
I mean, it's me and HR or whatever. You know, they have
on Zoom.
They have a whole.
So like you have to zoom in and be like, "Hey guys, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to let you go."
Yeah, actually. So hopefully I don't have to do that right now. You know.
Yeah.
I think our department.
From the sounds of it, like you got a good team, so you don't have to really worry about it.
Yeah, my team is really good, and we're also understaffed, so I don't think anyone's gonna like. Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you what the executive team is gonna say tomorrow. As far as they could cut everybody's job, but I think everybody on my team is very much needed. So yeah, I think that's good. And it's been good. Like I said, I inherited a strong team, and I'm friends with all of them, and
you can't be friends
now.
with your for the people below you, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's called work boundaries.
Boundaries.
You need to work on that.
I will try.
That's another thing you need to work on outside of work hours, because you can't be working on that during work hours.
Isn't your wife the therapist? Maybe I should be talking to her.
She will be a therapist. She is the therapist, and she will be a therapist.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not going to take any advice from you, Blake.
Okay, fine. Whatever. You do you. I mean, I'm just here to just deliver wisdom as I see it. And if you choose to take it, great.
I'm not going to take any of your wisdom. I did want to mention a show I've been watching.
Ooh. Okay.
So.
Oh, is this the show you were telling me about?
Yes.
That is.
Did you try it?
Both great and stupid.
Yes. Did you try it yet?
No, I haven't watched anything.
Oh, okay.
In the last week and a half. So.
All right. Yeah.
Outside of Batman Forever.
No. So this show is called Sugar, and it stars Colin Farrell, and it also has Amy Ryan in it, and it is a modern noir show. Mm-hmm. So the main character, his name is John Sugar, and he is a private investigator. And it is very fun. It starts off kind of cringy, and it, I would say give it a little bit to let it establish its groove. And then about halfway...
I've never known Colin Farrell to be in anything cringy.
Never. No, I really like Colin Farrell because...
I love him. I think he's great.
Yeah, he's a funny one because I remember at the beginning of his kind of acting career, he was in a lot of super handsome man roles, I feel like. And then that quickly subsided, and then he started taking these really weird roles and working with weird directors and being kind of neurotic, and I think he really escaped kind of that boy toy typecasting, which I think is just benefiting him now so much more. But this one, it's just a weird ass show, and I want to warn anyone getting into it. It's also really dumb. Like, I was talking with a friend who also had watched it, and he was like, "Yeah, it feels like a 5-year-old, not a 5-year-old, maybe a 5th grader wrote this show and was like, oh, isn't this such a cool idea?" And then kind of went with it. But despite it being really dumb in that way, like there's a mid-season twist where you're like, wow, this is kind of stupid, but it's also really fun, and it builds on the internal logic of what's been set up in the show, and you just see that they're having fun with this noir premise. And
so is this show like a limited series, or is it an ongoing show?
It is a series. It leaves itself open to being kind of ongoing.
Gotcha.
Okay. But it also, kind of tells a little bit of a complete story. So in the first season. So
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I remember seeing previews for it and noting that it was Colin Farrell, and that made me interested in possibly giving it a shot. Is that on HBO or is that on something else?
It's on Apple TV.
Ooh.
So
okay, all right.
Yeah, Apple TV, I feel like has a lot of sleeper shows.
I feel like they of all the streaming services, they've done the best job of curating what they have on their service.
I feel like I don't hear a lot about their shows except for
Severance,
and the soccer one.
Yeah, Ted Lasso.
I'm not a fan of Ted Lasso, but I know a lot of people like it, so I'm not here to shit on it.
I really loved the first season, and then each progressively got worse. So
yeah, I didn't watch beyond the first 3 episodes, and it wasn't my thing, and so I didn't really get into it. But I love Severance.
Oh, Severance is great. Yeah.
Oh,
and,
dude,
and maybe they'll do another season at some point.
Maybe I have a connection to Severance.
Ooh.
It's not my own connection. Do you ever watch the Great British Bake Off? Have you ever?
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of it, mainly when your wife was here.
Oh yeah, she loves watching it. Yeah, that one time that she was visiting you guys. Yeah.
I had seen like bits and pieces before that, but I probably watched more than I've never watched before whenever you guys were here. So.
Yeah, so it's a very famous cooking bake-off show. There's an American version, The Great American Bake Off. Okay.
How shitty is it?
It apparently it's really bad. But
okay.
But Zach Cherry, I think that's his name, or is it? Oh man,
Is this the guy who plays the doofus brother-in-law?
No, the guy who gets the waffle party.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it is Zach Cherry. That's his name. He's one of the hosts of the Great American Bake Off. So the reason why I bring this up is our town of Chico, we actually had a local who was on the most recent season.
Oh.
Yeah. And
so does that mean you're going to watch it?
No. Okay. So not only is this a local person, but I know this guy who was on the
Is
show.
it you?
No. His name is RJ Winter. So if you watch the show, that's the guy that I know. No, so his family was in kind of the same homeschool group as my family, and I knew his older brother. And actually, weirdly enough, my when I walked for my graduation, it was like 5 families and 5 of us, and he was one of them. So like our families knew each other. It's stupid. I was homeschooled. There's a lot of dumbness. But yeah, so it's kind of weird to like know someone who's on that show, but I didn't watch it. I just kind of zoomed through to see how well he did because I was curious. He doesn't end up winning. Spoiler alert.
Son of a bitch.
But he makes it to the final, which is good. Yeah.
If you had said that it was the doofus brother-in-law on Severance, I might have watched it. Remember the guy, self-help guy?
Yeah.
That writes
No,
the book? That guy is hilarious.
He's very funny, and I love that arc in the show where everyone thinks he's a doofus in like the real world, but then his book makes it into work world and
ends up being an inspiration for them escaping.
He's like he's like a religious figure, and
it's so good.
It's
Severance
so
is such
great.
a great show.
Yeah. No, I'm very, very excited for season 2 of that. So.
I am going to note one thing I have been listening to that I've been getting a lot of enjoyment out of. It's a band. The Big Special. Specifically their album Post-Industrial Blues.
Okay.
They're from some place in England, but it's like a Cockney mix of like Hold Steady, Bruce Springsteen, and like punk.
Okay.
It's really interesting, and the listener. It's a good mix of the listener too.
Ooh.
So like there's a lot of talk singing but actual singing as well, and so like it's just really good. Like it's hard to define, but I've listened to it probably 3 or 4 times now. And it's only been out for 3 weeks now, maybe something like that.
What's the name of the album?
Post-Industrial Blues.
Okay. Yeah, you did say that.
It's got a dog on the cover.
Okay. Dog cover.
But yeah, big fan of Big Special.
Okay.
I like it. It's their debut album, and has staying power, which is becoming less and less these days for me.
Yeah. Do you think that's because music is getting worse, or we're just getting older?
I think it's probably because we're mostly getting older, but I also wonder if music is just getting more formulaic.
I think I have a hard time buying that music is getting more formulaic, because music is also getting like there's more music coming out every day, right?
Yeah, but the stuff that we get tossed to us by
that you get tossed. I don't get tossed it. I don't accept it.
Okay, Bandcamp user.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think, but I feel like that's more of a, like, I see what you're saying. I feel like that's more of a comment on, the powers that be than the
Oh,
music
yeah.
that it is being created.
Oh, I
Yeah.
would say that there's never been a moment where music has been nothing but formula.
Yeah.
Like there's always been an underground that has kept the creativity and has stretched the bounds of what music can do at every
Mhm.
point in history. But yeah,
But no, but I will say, as I get older, I find it harder and harder to like go into that underground and
yeah,
like be there in the way that I used to, where I was like, oh, I could go here, I could find all these bands, I can interface with it this way, and that's that takes much more work than it used to, and
but I think for I mean, correct me. I don't know if this is your experience, but I think for me, it's yes, there's that. It's harder for me to maybe find the underground stuff or to engage it. But I would also say that there's an element of it that um, it doesn't like I still am pretty adventurous with trying stuff out. Like I still will go through new music most weeks and listen to at least one or two things that I've not heard of or that I'm not the type of music that I'm not accustomed to listening to just to give it a shot. But I find that it's a lot harder for something to actually stick with me. Like I may like something and then I won't listen to it again. It's not because it's not good. It's just it doesn't stay. Like it doesn't cling to whatever I'm wanting or something. But that's why it's so cool whenever I do find an album or a new band or something that does click, and it whenever 2 weeks later I'll be thinking about me like I kind of want to listen to that one album again. Like let me go back and listen to it because I remembered it and I was like I really enjoyed that, and then I enjoy it more the next time. It for whatever reason it did something that my mind constantly goes back to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is unusual these days. And I don't know what that is, if that's just my age or if that's I don't know. Socio-emotional response. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, it's probably a mixture of tons of things, but yeah, no, I get that. I get that. That's cool though.
Speaking of music, I feel like it's about time that we jump into Batman Forever.
Oh yeah, it's that. It's definitely the turn.
I feel like we recovered nicely from the shit talk.
Now we're gonna go back into it.
We're gonna go back into it. And so, do you remember seeing this
when
it came out?
Yeah, I do.
In the theater?
I don't know if I saw it in the theater. I think I did. Let's see. I was 8. I was 8, so maybe I didn't see it in the theater, but I do remember
12.
watching it.
Or I was about to be 12. I might have been 11. But
did you go to see it in theater?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. My dad took me.
Yeah,
because he was the only one who was willing to go see it. My mom was like, "No, hell no." Yeah, my dad took me to see this, and I remember for the longest time I had a framed picture of the question mark around the bat symbol by the entrance to my room because I love this movie so much. At the time, and for the longest time, I would defend Val Kilmer as the best of the original Batmans. Stick around to see if that still stands.
I think I had a similar experience. Like, I was into this movie. I was also a bit of a Jim Carrey fan for whatever reason, which was really
I was too. Dumb and Dumber, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were. You know, for some reason,
actually, he was probably the main draw to this movie. Honestly,
exactly. Which is so funny because he ends up just playing Jim Carrey in this movie. Like, it's not even. There's nothing unique about about his role.
Except tighter outfits.
Yeah, tighter outfits. Exactly. Yeah. I definitely feel like we need to spend a good portion of time on the outfits in this. But I think we'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember really liking this movie as a kid and even thinking like, oh yeah, this is one of the good Batmans. And I can't say that experience has translated to this current time.
Although I think you and I would both agree and defend it on the level that there hasn't really been a superhero movie like this since.
I also don't. I agree, and I also think that this movie and the next one, Batman and Robin, are very singular superhero movies. Like, I don't even. They're, this one was produced by Tim Burton, so it kind of lives in the Tim Burton universe. But, dude, and I mean this with all love, this movie is so much gayer than the Tim Burton Supermans. I mean, Batman's. Why am I talking about Superman? No, and
Martha.
Like, and what I mean is, and I think you were hinting at this because we had talked about it, in a very camp sort of way, in a very campy sort of way. This Batman movie feels like a Broadway version of Batman. From the sets to the costumes, everything about it, even like I said, the sets, everything about the buildings and stuff, it looks like it was made out of like, everything looks like it's made out of plywood to be like moved really quickly to make room for the next scene. It feels so much like Broadway presents Batman. And I'm not a Schumacher fan or nerd or anything like that. I do know that he was wildly homosexual, which he brags about, and I think is I'm not commenting on that, but I assume that there was some sort of flamboyance that he was a fan of, that he imbued into this movie, and and the follow up, the Batman and Robin film.
And I would say that I would imagine he had, and I don't know this for sure, but for sure this is speculation, but I would assume he has a lot of love for the 1960s TV show. These movies feel as close to the 1960s Batman as you can get whilst being in the 90s.
Yeah.
Just the over the top, like flamboyant, like nothing about it is realistic. Nothing about it is like, even the city of Gotham feels askew. Like, it's not actually, it's not gritty like Nolan, or it's not even dark and like industrial like Burton's. It's just weird. It's like the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. It's almost impressionistic.
Yeah, Yeah, no, and campy. It really feels
Yeah,
campy,
yeah.
and so if you associate campiness with the 1960s, like these are the movies that get you the closest there, and I think I I honestly think that like deserves kind of a unique note in superhero film history, is because and I didn't rewatch Batman and Robin, so I don't know. I assume it still fits the bill there, but
Yeah.
this one specifically, I it feels that way. Um, I was noticing, like, there's this last scene where the Riddler, like, they're in a building, they're in his like lair or whatever, and there's essentially like a trolley problem thing that Batman is faced with. Yeah, can he save the girl or save Robin? And they're being like hung up on and tied up, and then below them, the floor like opens up, and there's these like drops, death drops for each of them. And I was just thinking, the engineering logic that you just have, a death trap built into this skyscraper, a death trap that would take years and like a crew of people, months and months of work to engineer into the building, that just randomly appears because they need it. Like, the logic to have things like that is you don't see that anymore in superhero movies.
No, I feel like I mean, because if you think about what happened after Batman and Robin, I feel like the next round of superhero movies that you get are the Raimi Spider-Man movies, which I would say at least 3 and parts of 2 come close to getting some of this over the top kind of. They show some of Raimi's kind of weirdness and flamboyance, but nothing whole hog like these.
No, like, yeah, I mean, it just bleeds into every aspect of this, and I even feel like those, the camp that those are piling from is more like more related to like horror movies even, and
which
Raimi,
makes sense.
Obviously, yeah, it makes sense. Then it really feels, again, I keep saying this, like, this feels more Broadway inspired. Whereas I don't think Joel Schumacher has a scary bone in his body. Like,
no,
I don't think he's trying to be creepy or anything like that. Like, the Riddler is kind of creepy or whatever, but I just, it's more goofy than anything.
What do you think was going through? Here's a serious question. What do you think was going through Tommy Lee Jones's head for him to play this role? If you think about the trajectory of Tommy Lee Jones's career, what made him choose to take on Two-Face in such a unique way?
I like ask myself the same. I think you can ask yourself that question about almost anyone. But yeah,
But really, it's just Tommy Lee Jones that I ask the most. Like, everyone else, at least there's a logic to it. Because Val Kilmer, he's basically playing Val Kilmer. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
you're not getting a lot of range. With Val Kilmer.
Range. Nicole Kidman, she's being her sex pot itself.
Yeah.
Like, which she plays in various movies. Yeah, really, Tommy Lee Jones is
Chris O'Donnell
the one that sticks out. Well, yeah, Chris O'Donnell. Which Chris O'Donnell, when he takes out the Batmobile and Offspring smash it up, is playing. Oh my gosh! So I was literally, whenever you told me that Joel Schumacher was gay, I did not know that. But I can guarantee you, when I saw that part of the movie, I was like, this is really gay. So
yeah,
I could feel it.
That was very, very much
infused in there.
Yeah, pent up stuff. Well, okay. I think there's one other kind of weird acting choice too, which was Drew Barrymore's role in this. So maybe we'll talk about her a little bit after Tommy Lee Jones. I don't know. It is such a weird role because, like, okay, so yeah, Tommy Lee Jones was in this movie, and then 10 years later, he's going to be in No Country for Old Men, which...
Was it 2005 was No Country?
I think it was 2006, 2004.
That makes sense.
Around then.
Because I would have been about done with my... I would have been about grad school at that point.
Okay.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Man, that is crazy.
And, what was he in? What was he doing around the 90s? He was in there's like U.S. Marshals.
Yeah, well, he was most known leading up to this as the fugitive, the cop and the fugitive.
Yeah,
with Harrison Ford. I'm trying to see what else he was big in during that time, because Fugitive was 93. Oh, well, this was afterwards, but Men in Black would be 2 years later.
Okay, so I'm painting a picture of action star Tommy Lee Jones in the 90s. And I think this is an opportunity for him to play a little against type.
That's fair.
I can see Joel Schumacher kind of selling this to these actors as kind of a big fun event. The two Batmans leading up to this, Batman and Batman Returns, made good on that. I think those are good fun things. You have the precedent being set of Jack Nicholson's Joker, and so that was kind of a big thing. And then Danny DeVito's Penguin, and so you have these kind of over the top villains. And then I could see Tommy Lee Jones being like, sure, yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Was it a good choice? No. I think I think poor Tommy Lee Jones, this is
This is not his range.
This is not his win. No. It's not his range. And the movie definitely...
Honestly, I don't think Two-Face fits within a non-serious Batman.
So are you saying...
I can't envision the character of Two-Face fitting within a more light Batman.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face and the Nolan trilogy is I think the standout as far as Two-Face is concerned. But yeah, like Penguin, Joker, Riddler, all those kind of fit within, like, they could be both scary or they could be light and playful. Two-Face? Two-Face is a little too Shagirth for my liking.
Yeah. No, like literally.
Literally,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. To answer your question, what was going through his head? Acid. So and that was clouding his vision. So
or something.
Yeah.
Or opening up his horizons.
His horizons. Oh yeah, that type of acid. Yeah. Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was. Oh, I have a funny story to tell on this.
I forgot she was in this.
Yeah. So we were watching. My wife and I were watching the credits, and Drew Barrymore's name comes up, and I was like, "Oh, Drew Barrymore's in this," and then my wife, in all seriousness, turns to me and goes, "Yeah, she's MJ in this movie." And for those not following along, MJ is a character from the Spider-Man movies. So definitely not in the Batman movies. So I gave her proper shit for that one.
I'm trying to look at what she was doing around this time. So she was kind of in her serious movie phase.
She was riding in Cars with Boys at that point.
Yeah, Boys on the Side, Mad Love with Chris O'Donnell.
Oh.
She was in Bad Girls, which was like the Young Guns for women. She was still kind of coming out of her young kid star phase.
Yeah, I think what's surprising
she wasn't doing a whole lot right now.
Yeah. I think what's surprising about this role is, I guess Drew Barrymore at this point is a name brand, is someone that anyone would recognize. But this role literally doesn't have a name. It's like henchwoman 2 to
she is Sugar as opposed to Spice.
Oh, so it does actually, there is a name to it. I mean, obviously it's written down, but you remember Sugar and Spice from the Batman,
easily.
universe, right? Everybody knows that.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
So I just want to point this out, and we can talk about this if you want, or we can just let it pass by. But I just want to note that I'm looking at Drew Barrymore's filmography, and I'm seeing, okay, she was known mostly for E.T., of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had a brief time with Firestarter, Cat's Eye, some of these, Stephen King related kind of stories.
Sure.
And then she doesn't do a whole lot that's like really well known until you get to what the period of time that we're talking about, Bad Girls and Boys on the Side, Mad Love. Like literally, there are no like major motion pictures that she would have gotten like branded for. She was largely known for E.T. at this point. Like I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, she did Batman Forever in 1995. She does Scream in 1996, and she is the first kill.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a surprising kill because it was Drew Barrymore. Now I'm asking myself, why? Simply because she was an E.T.? Because up to that point, her career was not that significant outside of E.T.
Well, okay. Let's recast this way of thinking. Everybody watched E.T. when it came out.
Well, of course they did.
Everybody watched it. Everybody knew.
E.T. was 1982.
Okay. But follow me here.
Okay.
So you know this little girl, this sweet little girl who's in E.T. And maybe you see she pops up in tabloids, but she's not in anything else, notable. So you don't pay attention to what's happening to Drew Barrymore. But then all of the sudden you're like, oh, the sweet little girl, Drew Barrymore, is in this fun Wes Craven horror movie. I'm gonna go and see it. And then you're like, oh, my remembrance of nostalgia of this wonderful little alien friend child. She's gonna be in this movie, and you see her, and then you're just blown to pieces when she gets knifed over and over again.
I get that. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But the in the horror community, whenever you think of Scream, you think of the first kill being of a like over the top celebrity, Drew Barrymore. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't see anything leading up to this outside of E.T. and maybe tabloids that would have given her this like over the top like celebrity status. Not only that, but it's the 1-2 punch of Scream and Adam Sandler in The Wedding Singer that I think made her career. And it was the renaissance of Drew Barrymore. Because you start seeing all these movies. You start seeing Ever After, Home Fries Never Been Kissed. You see Charlie's Angels, Donnie Darko. You start seeing all the movies that she's known for after Scream.
Yeah. Well, I think the power of tabloids in the 90s, though.
It's just confusing, dude.
Yeah, these held the national interest. Like, People magazine was a tastemaker at one point. And I think it was like in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
I think that's such a weird...
Before the internet took over.
Yeah, that's such a weird statement to say, is like People magazine being a tastemaker. Because I don't think anybody reads People magazine anymore. Or if they did, it's because they read it in the 90s.
Yep.
So,
no, so I do want to note that this is less about demeaning Drew Barrymore and more about literally this is the first I'm recognizing the discrepancy that I'm bringing up here.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at her discography in Lifetime, I'm like, what is going on here? Because everyone loves Drew Barrymore. I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I love Drew Barrymore. Great.
Yeah. So did you like this movie?
No, not really.
No, me neither.
Honestly, I didn't feel like it was
good.
And I'm gonna have the same complaint for as singular. I'm gonna have the same complaint for the soundtrack. For as singular a thing as it was, and as unique as it was, it felt like it had too much on its mind. It didn't feel fully committed to that vision. It still felt like it had a vision. It had a vision, and that was painted on everything. But it also wanted to be a super popular blockbuster, and I think it was willing to sell out to that. So, for example, Jim Carrey isn't really pulling any weight in this movie. He's just being Jim Carrey. He's there because Jim Carrey was so popular at this stage.
Yeah.
Like,
so big.
Like, honestly, Two-Face is bad. Tommy Lee Jones is bad in this movie. But if it was filled with more Two-Faces in it, maybe he wouldn't have looked so bad. He would have looked fine, and the movie would have been a lot better. So, I almost blame the actors for how terrible this is. Like, Val Kilmer, not really any range, not fun. Chris O'Donnell is one of the most boring actors, I think, in existence. No. And it's not that he can't do good work. I'm sure he could, but when you're just being tasked to be an angsty white guy,
with an earring.
Yeah,
do you is this just me like remembering things weird, but wasn't like having an earring in your left ear in the 90s like a sign that you were like gay or something?
I mean, there was I think,
or some crap like that.
I think there is like a in the gay community there is a side that you would get your earrings that would tend to signal this. I don't think it was like a hard and fast rule. I don't know if it was left or right. I don't know.
I remember that just like I recall that being a thing.
Yeah.
In the 90s when I was a kid. That adults were always looking out for, like, oh, that person must be a homosexual.
Yeah. No, I think there was some of that.
I was trying to figure out if Dumb and Dumber happened before Batman Forever or after, and it was the year before Batman Forever. As was Ace Ventura.
Yes, which is not a good movie.
Movies. No, it's not. Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber is
fucking amazing.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber has held up incredibly well. It's a very good movie. You know what? When you compare the two Ace Ventura movies, I remember when I was a kid and Ace Ventura 2 came out and thinking like, oh,
which
this
was the
is
same
too
year as Batman Forever.
This is too goofy. But honestly, as an adult, Ace Ventura 2, I feel like it holds up a lot better than Ace Ventura 1.
That's funny.
And
okay, so do you want to guess? This will be a fun little game for you. Can you guess how long after Batman Forever it takes Jim Carrey to do his first serious dramatic role?
This was Man on the Moon, right? And that's gonna be 2001, or is it 1999?
You are incorrect on both counts. It was The Truman Show.
I don't know. I know that is. I own that movie. That's 97, right?
It's 98.
98. Okay.
Yeah.
And I did see that movie in theater. I guess
you can't say it's comedy. Like, yes, there's comedy in it.
Yes.
But it's dealing with some pretty heavy shit.
Yeah, okay. I get it. I'll concede. I'll concede that one.
But you're right. His first character acting was Man on the Moon. And that was 1999. The year later.
Yeah. No, I guess I associate Truman Show in the same category as like Eternal Sunshine. Yeah. And yeah, in a sense, they're both very dramatic roles. Like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind can make me cry, even though it's also can make me laugh, quite a bit. Yeah. So yeah, I'll give you that. But
I mean, I guess technically you could say the Cable Guy was.
I watched The Cable Guy a couple years back, and I think that movie had more on its mind than what it got credit for, but I don't know if it's a good movie either.
No.
So
I would not. I didn't like it then, and I don't think I'd like it now.
yeah.
So
Ben Stiller eventually made better movies, like Zoolander.
Including producing Severance.
And producing Severance, yeah. And Tropic Thunder.
Yes, Tropic Thunder. It's so good. So I feel like we need to get into the soundtrack. I feel like I feel like we've talked about Batman Forever and the weird choice of actors and actresses in it. And where this fit on their filmography. Which has been utterly fascinating to me.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Blake, I have a dazzling deed for you.
Oh,
did you know Nicole Kidman is in this movie, right?
Oh, fuck. She is?
Yeah.
What part did she play?
You
the really leggy blonde?
Yeah, you actually would be surprised to know, yeah, she was in this movie and she played a character that is not notable in any other way other than it's a leggy blonde.
The fact that she wears really revealing clothing on a roof.
Yes.
At night, waiting for Batman.
She falls for Batman, yeah. That's maybe the most notable thing. But
easily.
Nicole Kidman.
I haven't always liked Nicole Kidman, but in this movie, I was like, I see why people think she's attractive.
She is attractive in this movie, but Nicole Kidman, famous Australian actress.
Yes.
Fun fact: she wasn't born in Australia. She was actually born in Hawaii, and then when she turned 3, she and her family moved back to Australia, and she was raised.
So it's a Mel Gibson kind of thing, huh?
Yeah.
Because Mel Gibson was born in the U.S. too, and then moved back to Australia.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I actually thought maybe you would call me on this one, because I actually I lied to you about this same situation happening with Orlando Bloom a couple episodes ago.
I was so thrown off by the fact that you told me that Matthew Thiessen and Orlando Bloom were officially Eskimo brothers. So
I don't know if it's official, but it's quote unquote official. But this is actually true about Nicole Kidman. I was just excited to try to see if you would call me a liar.
Oh no, I'm not going to call you that. It makes complete sense. I don't trust any of the celebrities on where they come from. I think it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
I think they're all made in a factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman is not the last Australian we're going to talk about.
She is not. No. Nope.
I think we're going to talk about maybe your and my favorite Australian.
Yes. I'd have to think about all the Australians I like. But he's up there.
Yeah.
If not
okay.
top.
So without further ado, let's.
Jameson and I felt like we needed to really give this soundtrack some like focus, because it's just such a unique soundtrack. Like, this was my second CD ever to own.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's wild, Blake.
You think about 1995, 11-year-old Blake got his first Sony CD player at Walmart in Canyon, Texas. And with that purchase, he went and bought the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Wow.
And
So
you know what he did when he got home? He put that fucker in, and he listened to the whole damn thing. And he was deeply confused.
okay. So maybe we should explain. This soundtrack is why we chose this movie.
Yes.
I
easily.
mean, there's also clearly like Blake and I have deep kind of nostalgia for this film too. Just somewhere where it connected with us, and it now doesn't connect, but whatever.
Yeah.
But for as confused as this movie is about how it should be and what it wants to be, the soundtrack is 10 times more confused on that.
Yeah.
And what's even maybe more confusing is that this soundtrack was a giant hit. It went double platinum, and we already talked about one of the songs has gone on. One of the songs associated with this movie, or one of the singles from it, has gone on to be, multi-generationally famous. Seal's
Won
Kiss
3
from a Rose.
Grammys.
The
in
album
1996.
or the song?
No, the song.
The song, yeah.
For Best Male Pop Vocal Performance, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year.
Wow. Was that when it was released? Because this was actually...
No. This was Batman Forever. This was in 1996.
That's wild. Because this song was actually like written by Seal in 1987, which was the year I was born. And he was deeply embarrassed by it. He didn't think it was a good song. Then it's released on Seal 2, which I guess is his second album.
Maybe.
And that's like 1991. And then...
It'd be funny if his first album had a picture of a seal, and his second album had a picture of a different seal, and it was Seal, TOO.
This is also a seal. And then in 1994, this song gets attached to a movie. And it's not Batman Forever. It's actually the movie Never Ending Story Part 3.
Oh gosh.
And
which I never saw.
I don't think I've ever seen the third Never Ending Story.
I had my feel after number 1.
I love that movie.
Oh, it's great. But I didn't really see the point of needing to see the second or third one.
Well, I mean, it makes thematic sense that they would continue making them.
I mean, it makes cinematic sense because it makes money.
Yeah. I think diminishing returns though.
Yeah.
So, but and that's where this song was gonna die. And then Joel Schumacher was like, "Hey, we have this U2 song that's gonna go out as the first single, but we'd really like your song to be the second single." And then this song becomes a smash hit, and so does the album. And my God, Blake,
do you know what the third and fourth single are?
I know one of them is I think the fourth one is the Method Man song.
Yes, the Riddler.
What is this?
And then the third one is Nobody Lives Without Love.
Oh,
by Eddie Reader.
Which is one of the worst songs on the album.
I mean, yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay. But I guess I don't know. Maybe let's give a little bit of a breakdown, like a global view of this album. It is a cobbling of the weirdest and some of the greatest musicians of all time.
Yeah.
and they make
and
no
not
sense.
necessarily the best songs by those people, but
No. You've got PJ Harvey. You've got
so okay, this real quick. So what's so fascinating about this is that you get all these soundtracks, especially in the 2000s and beyond, that talk about how they're getting all these alternative like bands and singer songwriters on their soundtracks. No, this soundtrack knew what it was doing when it came to alternative. Like, this was like, hey, we're gonna find all these people that have no name in mainstream music popularity, and we're gonna put them on there.
Yeah.
PJ fucking Harvey.
And it
No
doesn't.
one was listening to her.
Yeah. And this, I will say, it's not a great result overall.
No.
Like,
no, it's not.
Yeah. Like what Blake said, deeply confused. Deeply
Yeah.
confused.
I mean, I was bumping it on the U2 song because it's the first thing on the album, and then I hit number 2, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. No, so you had,
And then I vaguely knew who Brandy was.
oh my god, the Brandy songs. Yeah.
And then it's a 1-2 punch of Brandy and then Seal.
Brandy, Seal, and then I think Massive Attack,
which is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Okay.
I love that song.
No, that is a good one. But yeah, you've got Massive Attack. You have the Flaming Lips.
Yeah.
Coming
Sunny
in.
Day Real Estate.
Okay.
Which is the prototypical emo band.
That is the weirdest addition on this. And it's a good song. It belongs on, it's great in the context of their album that it's on.
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense on this.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. There's nothing related to Batman about it.
Nope.
Nothing.
But then you have, okay, so there's 14 songs on this album, and two of the tracks are done by artists that I didn't know then, and I still don't know now.
Yeah.
Eddie Reader, I had to look her up the other day because I still didn't know who she was.
Yeah,
the Devlins didn't know who they were then. Still don't know who they were.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is either like these are people that true music listeners were listening to at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were like the mainstream hits. So like you had this weird mixture of like people that were name brands, and then you had these like weird like Mazzy Star.
Yeah.
Who is like shoegaze. And you're like, what?
Yeah. And then you've got Nick Cave, who honestly
who kills it like he always does.
This song's a jam, but but it's an original song for this soundtrack too, which is the weirdest thing, and it's it's really funny too because Nick Cave can take. He's actually kind of got a lot of camp in his music because he can go uber serious and transcend, goofiness into like, oh, this is actually good. And he has this uncanny ability to do that.
Mm-hmm.
This song is called There Is a Light. And, obviously that's the bat signal. But it's fantastic.
The freaking catchiest tune ever, but you don't realize it's going to be catchy when it first starts. And then it switches into the actual like catchy part, and you're like, how does he do that?
Yeah. All right. So
okay,
now
let's go.
Let's take a step back. Go track by track.
Track by track. We're going to. I think the way I discussed this with Jameson was, we're going to each say whether or not the song on this album would have caused us to dig in further into the artist's discography, and if we would have regretted the choice or the option of going into the discography or not going into it. Okay. So, first off, the first track is Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me by a little known band. This is one of those really small bands that no one had ever heard of at the time. U2.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they're from Ireland. I mean, who the fuck knows a band from Ireland? Yeah, this is a banger. And
yeah.
I will go on record to say that this might be one of their best songs.
Yeah, which actually kind of leads me to think, would I be disappointed if this was my jumping off point? No, I agree. This is a good song. What is it doing here? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's edgy. You know, but yeah.
I mean, I already had a vague sense of who U2 was at the time, so I would have I hadn't quite gotten into my U2 phase at that point, but I would have probably gone into their discography at this point with the song.
I agree. I think that this
I would have been mixed on my regret in doing so.
I think this is a good sell for U2. And you know, I think this was pre Beautiful Day. So their albums, you know, they had a few good ones at that point. I think
in their whole history of being a band, they have 4 good albums, and that's it.
I don't know their discography fully that well, so
I wouldn't say I know it super well, but I have listened to everything they've done.
Okay, I haven't done that yet.
Not more than once on all of them. The Beautiful Day album is fucking great, but okay. So Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me, great song.
Yes.
Great lead off for the album. One Time Too Many by PJ Harvey. Now, at what point in your life did you come to know who PJ Harvey was?
Honestly, through collaborations that she did with Nick Cave. So
there you go. That was not me. I found her kind of in grad school, probably just finding music to listen to. Got into a weird singer-songwriter phase where I was finding different people, and happened upon her, and never really super got into her, but knew who she was at the time. So, at the time, this song would not have caused me to go into her discography.
I like this song. I think it would have.
I do too, but yeah. I don't think 11-year-old Blake was really jiving with it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think any of these songs would have really tipped off 8-year-old Jamie either. But 8-year-old Jamie didn't really.
Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me. Come on.
Okay, so my parents were mostly like, you guys got to listen to Christian music at that point. So
that's fair.
I was still kind of in this ghetto of music. So
I do want to point out, I just happened, so I've got the track listing on Wikipedia pulled up, and this is what I'm going off of. I did not know this. I just happened to glance over at the little sidebar of information they have, and I saw who produced the album. Would you like to know who produced this album?
Sure.
RZA.
RZA.
Yep. from Wu-Tang Clan.
Wow. Wow. Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that explains why Method Man is on here.
Which, you know, I like that track. That actually makes me
Method Man.
Yeah.
This was primo Method Man moment right here.
Yeah.
Like this and his first album, Tikal. That was the peak of his popularity.
Yeah.
Period.
All right. Next song.
Okay, so Where Are You Now by Brandy.
I liked this song.
I do too.
I don't think I like Brandy overall. But you know, maybe this song I think I wasn't really into
R&B.
R&B, and I don't think I would have gone so far into this, but it's nice. I don't know. It's nice to have an R&B song amongst all these kind of angsty alt rock songs. So
yes,
it was kind of a fun little surprise. It shows up in the movie, so this one is in the movie. Not all of these songs are in the movie, but this one does. So,
which is why the soundtrack was so deeply confusing for 11-year-old Blake.
Yeah.
Number 4, "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal. I feel like we've discussed that.
Do you think this is a good song?
It's catchy as hell, but no, I don't think it's a good song.
Yeah. I don't think I can answer this question. Because
it lives outside of good or bad. It just is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no, it wouldn't have made me go search out his discography at all.
No, it doesn't today either. So,
yeah. Number 5, "The Hunter Gets Captured by the Game," A Massive Attack, and Tracy Thorn. I remember even at the time liking this song. It wasn't until much, much later in my life when I heard the original version, which was done by the soul group The Marvelettes. And like both versions. I think this is a great song, and I adore Massive Attack. So I definitely dug into them later on in my life and did not regret one bit of it. So
yeah. And this is I'll note this is one of 3 covers on the album. Yeah, no, this is a fantastic cover. I don't know, I didn't go back and listen to the original. I'm sure I've heard it at some point, but I should have listened to them side by side, honestly.
They were the Marvelettes were a little known female soul group. They kind of got buried under the Diana Ross and the Pointer Sisters and a lot of those people. So then you got number 6, "Nobody Lives Without Love" by Eddie Reader. I don't mind this song. I don't think it's great. I don't know who this person is, and I don't care.
So this was the 3rd single, and it's listed as being in the UK. So I don't know if it was, maybe this person is more well known in the UK.
Scottish.
Yeah.
It's likely that she's more well known. And
I thought this song was completely forgettable, and I would have skipped it multiple times. Every time.
Did you find, as you were listening to this soundtrack, that there were a lot of weird choices? Like weird breakdowns in songs. Like specifically this one and a couple of other songs later on. In the last half of the song, there was these like grandiose like flourishes at the end, and you're like, where did that come from?
I didn't notice it with this one, but
Yeah,
potentially
it just
because
builds for no reason.
yeah, you know, I mean that kind of fits with the movie.
Yeah,
Grandiose things for no reason.
exactly. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair. Number 7, "Tell Me Now" by Mazzy Star, which I knew nothing about at the time. This probably would have been about a decade ago, give or take. I found a website called Nothing But Reverb, something like that, and they listed the top 100 shoegaze albums, and I really got into shoegaze by listening to all those albums. Mazzy Star is on there. She's pretty high up, actually. And I really freaking like that album. This is not my favorite song of hers or theirs, because it's not actually her. It's a band, but female singer. It's not my favorite song. It wouldn't have made me go check them out, but I would have regretted not checking them out. So
yeah, I think this is a passable song.
Yeah.
I think maybe you and I are switching our feelings between this song and the last one, but I don't think it's. I don't know if it would have made me go further into their discography. So
if you haven't listened to their main album, though, I highly recommend it. I think even you would like it.
It's been on my list, so
yeah, it's pretty well known. It was really the only album they're really known for. Number 8, "Smash It Up" by the Offspring, which is a Damned cover. I had forgotten how this song starts. This song starts like an REM song. And then it just weirdly shifts into an Offspring song.
Yes.
And it wasn't until today when I was listening to it that I realized how confused 40-year-old Blake was.
Just like 11-year-old Blake. Yeah.
I don't like the Offspring generally. But I don't mind the song. It's fine. It's weird.
I'm kind of okay with some Offspring songs. I think there's really goofy Offspring, which I don't really jive with. And then there's more serious kind of punk Offspring, and this fits more into that category, obviously being a Damned cover. So, yeah, I don't know. I like this.
Yeah.
I don't think I needed to dive into the Offspring more.
No.
This is, the Offspring is maybe one of the more well-known bands on this. I think they were at that point where they were pretty big. You had
they weren't U2 big, but
they weren't U2 big.
They were probably the next biggest. Let's be honest.
Well, Seal was probably big. Yeah, I mean there's some big names, and then there's some.
But prior to this album, I would imagine The Offspring was probably the second biggest name on the album.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
You're wrong, but whatever.
This is the second cover on the album.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the second cover. And then number 9, "There Is a Light" by Nick Cave, which you and I both love and adore. He is the second coming of Fred Rogers, who is the second coming of Christ. And yeah.
I think
he will soon have the best album of 2024. So
yeah. No, I think Nick Cave is an incredible musician, and this is so this is 95.
Increasingly becoming convinced he's an incredible human being too. So
yeah, so this isn't even at the halfway point of his career, Nope. So he's just great, and this is a great song. It's a lot of fun. and it's a very classic Nick Cave and Bad Seeds. Although this one is just a Nick Cave song.
Yeah.
It is not Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, but it sounds just like a Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds song.
But it stands out because of the complexity of the composition of the song. Like, it's like you don't expect it to go where it goes.
Yeah.
So then you got the 1-2 punch, man. Whenever this album hits it hits it. The number 10, The Riddler by Method Man, which is a great track. But that's because Method Man was at the height of his career. And the only thing that this has to do with Batman is the title of the track and maybe a few references.
There's a few references in there, yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just Method Man being Method Man. And that's what we really want.
Yeah. No, I think it's a great song. Does it sell the album? I don't think any of these songs specifically sell the album. I think you'd probably be more confused than anything. Well, no, I don't know.
I think the general confusion of the album is what sells the album. People were like, I don't know what to do with this. Go buy it and listen to it and see if you can figure out what to do with it.
Man, if you come to this album because you listen to the Seal song, I think that's actually the song that doesn't belong on this album the most. Like,
exactly.
Where, I don't know. But even this single, like, this would be a weird one to listen to and then be like, well, I'm going to buy that album. And then what else is going on? There's nothing else like this on the album. So,
I mean, The Riddler by Method Man was my first hip hop song to listen to.
Oh, yeah.
Because
that makes sense.
I had never listened to hip hop before until I heard this and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
So number 11, The Passenger by Michael Hutchence, which was an Iggy Pop cover. Also, the original version, the best version by Iggy Pop, is my youngest son's first song.
Wow.
Yeah.
That story about your youngest son listening to the great song, The Passenger by Iggy Pop, and it being his first, is better than this terrible cover of the song. I hate this song so much. I was listening to it today, and it makes me want to throw my phone. The decisions that are being made.
Admittedly, I listened to this album a couple, 3 times in the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm fine with it. It's whatever. It's not anywhere near as good as the original, but it's fine. Whatever. It's a thing. This is another song where it has a weird breakdown in the latter half of the song, and I don't understand it. And I will admit that this is, of all the songs on this album, this song is trying to be cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't quite pull it off.
The vibe is so off. The Passenger
I love how much you despise this.
The Passenger is such a great song, and it has such a great vibe to it, and it has a like drive to it. Like, it's about the drive. The fucking name of the song refers to being a passenger, which conjures up driving, and it has this like go to it. This song is like stop, start, blah, blah, and it just messes with my mind and makes me so angry as I'm listening to it. I'm like, why would you choose to chop and screw this song up like this?
That is a beautifully put way of describing this song. It's chopped and screwed.
It's
literally
so
that.
it's it and I think you know when I was first complaining about it to you on the text, you were like, it's kind of loungy, and
Yeah.
I see that, and maybe that's where he was going with this, but I think that was so wrongheaded. I
think it's utterly forgettable, but I'm not as passionately against it as you are.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know why it does that to me, but man, this song, if I could burn one song from the album, it'd be that one. Yeah.
And if I had gone into this expecting you to burn one song, it would have been the next song, honestly.
The
which
the
is
next song
Crossing
I'll
the
call
River by the
forgivable.
Devlins.
I would just say
Much like the Eddie Reader, never heard of them then, never heard of them now. Apparently they put out 4 albums though.
Oh, the Devlins. They are an Irish band. You know what? I'm starting to think that that RZA went to U2 and was like, "Hey, do you want to do this song for us?" And then U2 was like, "Yeah, we have all these friends over here that we want on the album."
Exactly. That sounds like a Bono thing to do.
I don't know. It just sounds like such a weird.
The way we put it, you said this sounds like a Jars of Clay song.
Yes,
and I responded with if they had talent. Because Jars of Clay is actually a very talented band.
No,
whether you like their stuff or not.
I didn't mean to besmirch. I mean, this song is fine. This song, I'm not offended by this song like the other song. This song is forgettable. But it sounds like a you said like
90s
every 90s alt band, and I would say like radio alt or like soft alt, and to me the prototypical example of that is Jars of Clay. So and it really it sounds like it could have been, the vocals are a little bit different, but it could have been a Jars of Clay song if you put different vocals. So,
and I do want to note that I asked if the river that they're trying to cross is the river Styx. I thought there might be a Dante crossover here,
potentially,
but you said you doubted it. So, I was also one of the ideas I had before I got on this recording was to make a chicken joke about crossing the river, and the punchline was somehow going to be to get to you, but I couldn't get it figured out.
Oh, so, well, that's sweet.
I just want to point that out. Number 13, 8 by Sunny Day Real Estate, which you've already noted that makes no sense here.
I would also like to point out the song title is The Number 8. It is not the word 8. It is the number 8.
Yes.
This
which, if
song,
you turn sideways, is infinity.
Yeah, this song came from Sunny Day Real Estate's second album, which is they famously have 4 albums, and this album is sometimes called the self-titled album, Sunny Day Real Estate. It's sometimes called LP2. It is a big pink album, and that is what is most notable about it. It is also notable for being the album after Jeremy Enoch, the lead singer, became a Christian, and so there are some very overt religious lyrics on it, more so than any of the other albums, even before and after. I think he got it out of his system.
Digging into Sunny Day Real Estate was very much a grad school thing for me.
Yeah. This is generally thought to be their like least popular album, but yeah, the song, it's good. It fits better on their album than at the end of the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Yep.
But yeah, that's about what I could say.
Yeah.
It
I am glad
probably
I did find their stuff, but this would not have done it.
It actually may have made me interested in it because
Yeah.
it does sound so out of place.
Yeah.
Even with the other things, I would have been like, "Oh, okay, I'll check this out."
So number 14 is actually the one that made me come up with this whole approach to asking the question, because I despise this band.
Oh, really?
And yet I actually kind of like this song.
You do not like the Flaming Lips?
No, I do not like the Flaming Lips.
Is that because
I don't believe anyone likes them outside of ironically liking them.
I like the Flaming Lips, dude. I
think you're being ironic about it. It's
No.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Man, you are a bad representative of the state of Oklahoma right now.
That's because I'm not Oklahoman. I'm a Texan.
I didn't call you an Oklahoman. I said that you're a representative.
I never asked to be a representative.
I remember talking to my uncle who lives in Oklahoma, and I was like, "So what do you guys feel about the Flaming Lips?" And they're like, "Oh, we love them here." And apparently
everyone loves them here.
Yeah,
Everyone.
which is
I don't get it.
Which is really funny to me because like Flaming Lips, very much like a politically liberal band. Oklahoma,
but Oklahoma
not
City,
a politically liberal.
But Oklahoma City is apparently on the voting level is more liberal than Tulsa. Surprisingly.
Interesting. But you know, weird rock band from your state, you're still going to show them some love.
So yeah, Bad Days. I like
Bad Days. I think the only reason this song is on this album is, and this song is actually in the movie. So this is one of the
Riddler's song.
There is a line in it about killing your boss.
Yeah.
And
I think that's the only reason it's
and there's a scene in this movie where Edward Nygma, Jim Carrey's
Enigma.
Enigma.
Huh.
Jim Carrey's character, the Riddler, kills his boss. So I believe that's the reason why this shows up, and also the Flaming Lips in general kind of sound kooky and weird, and so that fits the Riddler's vibe.
It is literally the only needle drop in the movie that makes sense.
Yeah. Again, does this make sense on this album? Absolutely not. Nope. Not in the slightest.
Yeah. So this is literally 32 seconds short of being an hour-long album.
Yeah.
And if you're not deeply confused by the end of that hour, something's wrong.
And man, I think what makes me even more confused is this thing was a massive hit. Massive hit.
Yeah.
You owned it. Lots of people owned it. I made the joke to Blake where the only real way of listening to this album is that you have to go to a thrift store and you have to find a jewel case version of it where the original CD has been replaced by a burnt copy
CD.
of the CD.
Yep.
And then
it's really the only way to listen to it.
That's the true way of experiencing this album. But yeah,
I do want to point out that professional ratings of this album at the time, All Music gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Entertainment Weekly gave it a B-,
which is probably its highest rating here.
Honestly, yes. NME gave it 5 out of 10, and Vox gave it 4 out of 10.
I didn't even know
so
Vox.
Not a big hit with the beeps.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone was deeply confused
Vox,
by
this was a British magazine, music magazine. It's not the Vox we understand.
I was deeply confused by that when I saw that.
Which would make sense because there's a lot of Irish bands on here. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
2 at my last count.
And then maybe a Scottish person.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
Well, we are well over the 2-hour mark. So.
All right. Bye.
Bye.